NSHoSeo.
Alright guys, here we are on Terminus, a map with a big area and a big reputation. And here's a player with a big reputation in the blue from NSHoSeo, it is ZeNEX. And on the left side of the map, in the red from the team ZeNEX, formerly known as Explosion NL, and currently known, if you look at the screen, it is ZeNEX.Avenge.
Yeah, didn't we rename this the Calvin Memorial Field or something like that?
Yeah, this is actually the Terminus Calvin and Bill Memorial
How
Field.
dare you? How dare you besmirch the good
Starts with
name
B.
of Bill?
I don't know, they both start with B, Bob, Bill, whatever. It's just another Colossus who got a lot of kills.
Oh, I don't even know you anymore.
I was much more of a Calvin fan than a Bill fan, personally.
I was a fan of his colognes, but I was not a fan of his play. So Bill is superior in every regard, despite the allegations of performance-enhancing substances.
I'm a hipster when it comes to Colossi with over like 200 kills, so I'm a Calvin fan.
All right.
I'm a Calvin hipster, Calvin Colossus hipster.
I suppose you are, but
I've got like one of those spirit hood things, only it's the top of a Colossus head. I wear it like the little legs hang down around my shoulders. So I'm a hipster.
God. All right. Well, yes, you are, but maybe not just for Colossi. Anyway, so here we are, guys. It's looks like Avenge going into gas. It's actually being waited on for a little while by ZeNEX. He gets a little bit afterwards at 15. This is PvP, so that means the huge walk distance on this map can completely be nullified by warpins.
Yep. Sure can. Kind of the same thing goes with Tal'Darim Ultra, only on this map there is a ramp, so you can't quite 4-gate like crazy here, but we're going to have to watch ZeNEX and Avenge closely to see what they have planned here. And, I mean, this is a one where if you decide to expand, like a lot of people are fast expanding in PvP, it's a little bit tougher to hold that expansion. It's a little bit wider of a choke, so don't know how appealing that's going to be for each player as well.
And not much of a difference between these guys still so far, because ZeNEX decided to go for the later gateway and assimilator. He has an extra probe there, but both players are going Zealot first. Both players are sitting on just one gas for the time being. And there's gateway number 2 for Avenge.
Yep.
And there's gas number 2 for ZeNEX. There we go.
All right. Let's see, yeah, no second gas yet for Avenge. Second gas for ZeNEX. No second gateway for ZeNEX. Second gateway for Avenge.
Yeah, first stalker coming out here, so maybe 3 stalkers in total will pop out of those in just a second.
Yep.
And probe does make its way into the base. It's going to see 2 gates and no second gas, so be a good scout and a lot of good information for ZeNEX.
We didn't actually take a look at... There he goes. Okay,
yes.
So now he sees the second gas and actually steals it as well. Okay, ZeNEX stealing that second gas, deciding that he doesn't want his opponent to tech quite so quickly.
And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to stop probe from making its way into his opponent's base as well. Wait, no, actually, Avenge saw 1 gate and decided that that was enough.
Yeah, wow, I'm really surprised that he actually pulled back there. And second gateway for ZeNEX, third as well. So I wonder if this is going to just be a really safe 3-gate expand. He could go 3-gate robo as well, I suppose, but I feel like ZeNEX wants to, or maybe just wants to 4-gate.
Yes, it
yes,
appears
is he
that
using
he
that
does.
second gas? No, he is not. Yes, he is actually. No, he's got
just 1 at a time. So
he got 2 on the other one.
He's got 3 on the other one. So he'll have enough to produce a few stalkers, but it's not like this is going to be a ton of sentries or anything like that.
Now he's still making probes as well, so this is going to be more of a defensive 4-gate. This is going to be the type of thing that you expand off of, I believe. So. Doesn't look like ZeNEX wants to get terribly aggressive, terribly fast with it.
Well, let's see here as ZeNEX just finishing up those gateways, producing 1 more stalker, and there's his warp gate. So, going to see that here in just a second. Everything will turn into warp gates. There we are. He'll be warping in some units in just a bit. Oh, it looks like ZeNEX's going to get a Zealot caught out in the middle, though, and that's no fun. His opponent just working off of 2 gates for now, but producing quite a few units.
Yeah, I'm kind of not sure what Avenge is doing. He's pushing in with these 2 gates, and he doesn't know that ZeNEX has 4 gates. So if he's not careful, he could get some units trapped here too.
Oh, and ZeNEX's going around to the outside. As he does have a sentry up here to go ahead and defend. He's going to use that walk distance against Avenge, and it looks like Avenge was thinking about some sort of a 2-gate Twilight Council expand. No, actually just dropped in, then put down 2 gates, but canceled one of them just a second ago.
San likes to be tricky with all this kind of stuff. Those Zealots did get a little bit sidetracked, unfortunately.
All right, and it looks like San was able to put down a pylon at the natural of his opponent as well. He's moving across to sandwich these units in here in just a second, and Avenge is supply blocked.
This is a very bizarre PvP, actually. This is a little bit strange, but San suddenly just has a ton more units because he has twice as many gateways as his opponent, and he should be able to kill this army pretty easily.
And Avenge trying to get away or just lead San's units as far away as possible, but San's producing off of 4 gates. He doesn't really care. He'll just go for it.
San's like, all right, you want to counterattack me? Go ahead. I can make enough units by the time you get there. Oh, he doesn't have a pylon on the low ground quite yet, so he can't like dash up the ramp and warp things in or anything.
No.
But if he gets a unit up there fast enough, he's got enough stalkers to do a lot of damage from the low ground as well.
And Avenge was thinking about poking up as well. Looks like just repeated force fields being sent down one after another. We're going to need to see another sentry. Once you have 4, then you should be able to replenish them faster than... or you should be able to accumulate enough energy to continually replace them, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, both of these guys having to force field both their ramps here and keep an eye on the aggression from the opponents. Oh, San has to pull back. It's only 4 stalkers, though, so he should be okay.
Yeah, and he's got a few Zealots in there. He's going to have to back out at the moment again. Yep. That Zealot with 1 hit point, that's being awful brazen.
Yep.
But he is eventually going to go away, and San really can't do anything about this right now. There's too many sentries up at the top.
I kind of wonder what San is planning here. He never really tried to aggressively push up the ramp or anything like that. He just kind of sat there, made his opponent force field for a while, and so now Avenge can go ahead and expand off of this. And what is San going to do?
Well, San, he does trap the Stalkers in the middle. That's a good win for him as he's up by 10 supply now. Looks like he's thinking about expanding. He's got almost 400 minerals and a probe over at his natural. There's an expansion. And Avenge, on the other hand, he's trying to go after this pylon. This is almost certainly going to be denied here in a second.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's actually going to lose the pylon because the army just showed up right now.
And trying to get a Zealot up the ramp. He does, but now there's a couple of force fields, so cancel on the Nexus. And San looks like he's just going to play a contained game for a while, but Avenge running back in with 4 more Zealots.
Okay, yeah, nice little counterattack by Avenge. He is also going Dark Templar as well, and causes the cancel on the Robo. That could be very important later. Another Robo started immediately. This did kind of feel like a DT thing, but it was just being gone about in a very weird way. This is kind of a response, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Neither of these guys really doing terribly normal PvP builds at the moment.
This is just crazy. This just keeps going back and forth now as Avenge trying to get some damage done by making his way into his opponent's main. He does see the expansion up as well. A few units tried to warp in the middle of the map, but we've got a bunch of Zealots chasing them down as well. Robo is still appearing. He's just coming up at the back, and now the Stalkers have finally retreated, and that's going to put an end to this Zealot harassment.
Well, San did a really good job of protecting most of his probes from those Zealots, so he's still, in a good position in this game, but if he doesn't produce an Observer first from that Robo, he could take some damage from DTs, and there's the Observer. All right, so San should be okay in this case.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be fine, especially because the expansion's just coming up for Avenge. We're already double producing probes now for San, so... Alright, well, 1 Zealot goes down as DTs are trying to sneak in behind.
And he's got to see that. That's a big blur on your map. Yeah, he's running away from them right now.
Yeah.
Hard not to notice that. And where's the Observer? It's going to be popping up just now.
He needs sentries to force field the ramp, and he does! He actually force fields the DTs in position. He's waiting for that Observer to make its way over for now, and it does! And look at that. Puts a stop to the DTs.
Yep.
Such good play. Force fielding them in as well.
Yep, so San's still in pretty good shape here, staying in control of this game in a big way.
Yeah, let's see here, though. Good number of Stalkers up at the moment. There's a 32 to 31 worker advantage for Avenge for the time being, as this Nexus is still on the way. Blink coming up for Avenge at the same time as well. San putting up his own Twilight Council, but it'll be a while before that gets finished and he's able to start using upgrades from it.
Yeah, such a bizarre PvP.
So weird.
It seems like any game that San is involved in gets a little bit odd from time to time. So yeah, it's not too surprising. A lot of Zealot scouting going on around the map.
It's not been the cleanest PvP.
No,
but,
no, not really.
It has been entertaining, I will say that. Alright, so it looks like this pylon will eventually go down. San has too much stuff there, so bye-bye pylon. And that'll mitigate the amount of damage forward Warpins can do for a while. It doesn't look like there's any more for him across the map. San does have one a little bit forward, though.
Yeah, San's going to just have a really strong army here. He's adding on those Immortals. Kind of bypassing Blink for the moment. Might decide to get it here soon, but yeah, having those Immortals is going to be very, very nice.
And San was at a supply disadvantage temporarily, but he does have now a significant worker lead and overall supply lead. He's adding his own Dark Shrine at the moment.
Yep, deciding to just add on some DTs himself. And you know what? Avenge does not have any detection. He doesn't have a Forge. He doesn't have a Robo. So San could actually do a lot of damage with these DTs if Avenge doesn't decide to add on anything before they show up.
Well, let's see here now as we have double probes being produced. There is a Forge coming up for San now, so he's going to have some more conventional upgrades and such, and possibly some photon cannons just to protect this base while he's away.
Could be, yep. Huh.
All right, well, Avenge making his way out now. This is just so weird.
Well, here's the thing, is that San, you know, throughout all of this has just had the right tech at the right time. He's been strong in taking out Avenge's units that have been out on the map. He hasn't always had like the economic advantage per se, but he's always had a good economy, you know, even when the Zealots did get in there. So San is still in really, really good shape here. And yeah, he's going to be able to defend this push pretty easily. Oh, even force field ramps. Yeah, Blink is shown by Avenge. And that's exactly what San wants to see, actually. He's like, all right, I think my DTs are going to be able to do some damage then.
And here we go. So we're going to follow these guys. Stalkers are poking their way in one more time, but they're going to go down pretty quickly.
Oh, he doesn't see them.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Could have force fielded those DTs out, but San is going to be able to do a lot of damage here. And any robos or anything that pop up are just going to be targeted down, ideally.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and follow this around now. Avenge knows he has to get work done right now. Loses a Stalker right away because those DCs are going to ravage everything of his back at home.
That's a lot of Zealots, and they do have charge here, so San still could take some damage, but the DTs are kind of the trump card.
All right, well, we'll see. He may warp in some DTs for DPS in this army as well. Guardian shields on both sides. Archon sitting in the back, and Archons are great against those Zealots up at the front. So Avenge pushing this back slowly but surely. This Immortal really not able to do much, but there's the DTs at the back that we were expecting.
GG.
Avenge knows it, and he GG's. NSHoSeo.San has taken 2 games in a row.
Yeah, even though the Zealots were taken out very quickly by the Archons, the Stalkers were providing enough damage from the back with that Immortal to make Avenge give up